I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. And I'd like to welcome to the podcast Arraxis Denacia. Hello.
Hello there. Thank you for having me on.
Well, thank you for coming on. Please introduce yourself to everybody.
Yeah, I'm Arraxis Denacia, your revolutionary bartender, here to save the world from dystopia. And I'm a VTuber, as you might expect.
How'd you get started?
I got started back in 2000, actually.
Wow.
I'd sort of always been interested in like being a streamer, but I wasn't in a position to be able to do it.
Yeah.
I had a really bad internet connection, essentially.
Yeah.
And sort of around then, I sort of like moved and was able to get a better connection. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna jump into this. And so I just did regular streaming for a few months, and I sort of like I've been aware of VTubers in the past, but I sort of became like more aware of them around then.
Yeah.
And like sort of realized, oh hey, it's not just like keys in an eye and all that. This is something that like little people are able to do, I guess. So I sort of like looked into it. I was like, yeah, this is something I want to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how I sort of got into that.
Yeah. The little people of the world then got involved and wrecked the whole thing. Actually, we've seen it to go the other way around here recently, but there you go. But so you been trying to streaming for, this entire millennium. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good record there. I mean, what brought you to wanting to switch over to the VTuber type of streaming? Was it the ability to have that avatar out there, or just make it more comfortable for you?
Okay, so probably for me, like I knew that I'd never wanted to do sort of like live face VTubing or anything like that. That did seem like you sort of like had to get like the lighting and like camera like in a very specific way for that. And I also thought that it was a bit sort of like more distracting, I guess, sort of like having like a room and filling with a green screen and all that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So that wasn't something I was interested in,
Yeah.
and while it's not the main reason I sort of got into VTubing, that was like an impediment to sort of like face VTubing.
Right.
But yeah, when I sort of like looked into like VTubing, I was like, yeah, it does sort of like let you sort of like present like a certain face that you sort of like might prefer, I guess, like similar to how like in like video games you're able to sort of like make whatever sort of like character you want, right?
Right.
That's something you can do with VTubing.
Yeah, and you get to set the narrative.
Yeah, you absolutely do.
Yeah, I mean, people, unless you have friends on there that are gonna, kneecap you every time you come on, like friends do. Most of these folks don't know you from, a plant at this point, and you get to introduce yourself. Here I am, blank. I am a blank and blank and blank, and you get to fill the blanks, and they can't question it because you're the only one that knows.
Yeah. Well, I find it funny that you sort of mentioned that. Like the way that I sort of like got my avatar was because I sort of like made a remark about like, hey, nobody on the internet knows that you're a cat or a dog or whatever. You're remember that old like newspaper comic?
Yes.
You remember that one?
Yeah, I think so. I think I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah. And I sort of like made that comment in a chat room.
Yeah.
And like someone said, well, then does that mean like I can imagine you as being a fox girl, essentially? And that sort of went from there, and that's sort of like stuck with me for more than a decade now, I would say.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's something like that kind of, but that was kind of projected on you, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was projected on me. Like others sort of like said that, and that sort of like stuck as sort of like an in-joke
Yeah.
in my sort of circle of friends, and I liked it. So like let's go all the way with it.
But this, what I've really enjoyed, well, many things I've enjoyed about the interviewing VTubers over a couple of years, is the different stories that people have coming into it, and reasons why they've stuck with it. Since you were already a hardcore veteran of the streaming wars, uh, and you were, I imagine you were pretty comfortable behind the mic when you first put the avatar up, or was it not
Hmm.
that? Was it were you nervous about how people would see you at that point?
Um, see me as a VTuber or just as a streamer?
As a
Just
VTuber, when you first came on
Mhm.
as the VTuber, did you have
Okay.
the nervous jitters that everybody else would have, not having your experience?
Okay. I don't think I had like any particular nerves about VTubing in particular.
Mm.
That's just sort of like a it's a just different sort of way to present yourself. I suppose I was a little bit nervous about getting the technology working right, I suppose, because you're sort of like dealing with like the camera, the avatar.
Hmm.
At the time, I didn't even have like two screens for my computer, so that makes things a little bit tricky to sort of set up as well.
Yeah.
So you're sort of like relying on chat sometimes to let you know if there's technical issues going on.
Yep. And they'll always let you know right away, even if there's not technical issues going on.
Oh, when they're lying about it, that's the worst.
So how was how is chat built up for you? Are these some of these folks that knew you from previous streaming incarnations, or are they? Is everybody new?
Okay, I would say it's probably 50-50. I would say.
Hmm.
Some people like knew me beforehand. They're the sort of like the veterans or whatever.
Hmm.
Um, but like you definitely get some people who came in after, so I might not have necessarily known that I streamed before VTubing.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, I'd say probably 50-50.
Yeah. Well, that's positive. I mean, that to me that shows that these are folks who enjoyed your personality before and
Mhm.
we're going to stick with you through thick and thin.
Oh yeah, like definitely got a few people who have basically been there from the start, and like whenever that so and so has been subscribed for like 70 months or whatever, so like pops up, you're like, wow, you have been here for a long time.
Pat them on the head. Hey, you're
Yes.
very good. Please stay. So with you've got a very different um, background than 99.9% of the people I've interviewed because of your experience. So now that you've done this for a good while,
Mhm.
um, do you think that this is the optimum way for you to stream?
Hey. Hmm. I think there probably are more optimal ways to stream, but that also depends on what it is you're looking to get out of streaming, I suppose.
Mm.
At least for me, I sort of treat streaming as a hobby and also a way to essentially like encourage myself to play more games
Yeah.
and play them to completion,
Hmm.
as well as introduce lesser known games to people that I find interesting, but people might not have heard about.
Mm.
So like that's good. My approach is going to be different from someone who's streaming to like make a living or something along those lines.
Yeah, yeah. And with that, do you find yourself at odds with people at times? If you're trying to do like a collaboration or something, is it tougher for you to bring people in to collaborate?
Hmm. I don't think that approach affects collaborations. I think VTubers, and this includes myself, tend to be rather introverted.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a matter of like someone has to take the first step to reach out to another person. If you're able to do that, then that's basically your VTuber superpower, being able to get these things started and organized.
Just imagine, folks. 100 VTubers in a room not looking at each other.
That is exactly how it is, 100%. The first person to make eye contact is the winner in this
That's
instance.
that's right. Everybody's covered their eyes; they can't see anything. But there's plenty of. Oh, it seems like there are more folks who consider themselves introverts than extroverts, but there are a few of those two out there, and
Mhm,
and they embraced it as much as the introverts do. So
mhm,
it confuses me a little bit when you call yourself kind of introverted because you've put yourself out there now on the internet with the entire world possibly watching since 2000.
yeah, yeah.
That
Oh,
does
2020.
2020. I
If I
mean,
said 2000 before, that might have been a bit wrong.
yeah.
But
No, I
I
mean,
did try streaming, sort of like, I suppose in the 2010s, I
yeah,
would say.
yeah. Since
But
2010,
that was,
but still, that's quite a long time for a streamer.
oh
Um,
yeah, yeah, absolutely. It's just internet issues made that a bit of a non-starter. So
yeah. So would you consider yourself still an introvert?
yes, I would still consider myself an introvert. It's not that I don't enjoy talking with people. It's just that it takes more effort to like set that up, and like after you've sort of like had like a lovely time with different people and the like, you need that time to yourself to sort of like cool down and recover.
Mm. But it's not one of those things where you'll have a good time with someone and then never talk to them again.
I suppose that occasionally happens with collaborations. You
Yeah.
sort of like talk with someone for a bit, you set up a nice stream together, and like everything goes well, and then you might not necessarily talk with them again, I guess.
Sounds like
Um,
my dating through my 20s. Yes. I thought it was a nice date, and then they changed
mhm.
their phone number. Um, and they come knocking at your door with a order of protection. I really
Oh no! Oh no!
that only happened two or three
I, yeah, I don't think it's that that collaboration went poorly or anything like that. I think that's more again, so like coming into that sort of like introversion that sort of happens with a lot of people who go into the VTubing space.
Yeah, yeah, it does.
They get worried about being the first one to reach out. They think that oh, what if I'm bothering this person? I don't
Mm,
want to be a bother.
yeah, yeah. Oh, I tell you, being having the media background, um, and doing the interviews in the media back in the past,
Mhm.
I'm not bothered by bothering people.
Oh, that's definitely a superpower belonging to the media.
Yeah,
Like you got to be able to go out there, like knock on doors, make phone calls, all
yeah.
that sort of thing.
Oh, when we were doing mostly sports, and
Mhm,
by golly, we weren't the biggest sports show in the area, but
mhm.
we got our share of interviews because while the other ones were kind of holding back on who they call, I don't care. I'm going to call them and find out whether they'll be on for a couple minutes.
Oh yeah, you got to basically take your shot, right?
Yeah,
You never know who's gonna respond.
absolutely, absolutely, and I think that happens. I think that kind of take your shot mentality is something that a lot of VTubers kind of get. Is where I'm not gonna find out whether I'm good at this or whether I enjoy it until I get that opportunity. I'm gonna give it a chance, and then they kind of get caught up into it afterwards.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do sort of. Some people unfortunately miss with that. They sort of like get into VTubing and then they'll like commission an expensive avatar
Mm,
that costs like a couple of $1,000s or something like that. Spend more money on a streaming setup.
yeah.
Do it for a few months and realize, oh, I don't actually enjoy this.
Turn on the microphone, and people show up, and you just kind of stare into
Hmm.
space. Unintentional ASMR. Just hear you
Yeah,
breathing.
yeah.
That
The
type of thing.
silence, except for the computer hum.
Most popular streamer in the country. Uh, but yeah, and that's such a yeah. There's just some. You're not gonna. I'm trying to get this right out of my mouth,
Mhm.
but there's just some folks that no matter how you tell them, don't spend everything right away, are going to do it anyway.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
and You just gotta let them run into the wall head first.
Yeah, like you can give your advice, but you can't like take their credit card away from them or
Yeah.
anything.
Well, not legally, but I mean,
No,
I mean,
don't do it illegally.
well, I mean, yeah, don't do that. Especially not mine. You won't find anything there. Um, the but really, they're going to have to find out on their own. But like I've said, folks, don't go out and immediately buy a $3,000 microphone
Mhm,
for this because most people aren't going to be singing or playing instruments that need
mhm,
you know C just about over the moon and a C just below sea level. You don't need all those
mhm.
frequencies. Get a microphone that works
Yeah,
and
yeah,
go from there. Um,
yeah.
and so have you been able to build up the setup you'd like at this point?
Hmm. I've a fairly reasonable setup, like not too expensive. It works for what I'm doing, as I said, sort of like in a hobby sense. I have
Yeah.
thought about possibly getting a new microphone here
Hmm.
and there, but like this
Yeah.
one's working pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. There's
Um,
a lot you can do with how you've got set up too,
hmm,
like noise baffling, and that doesn't cost very much. Um,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. Even if you just put like a blanket on the wall in front of you, it does some things. Um,
Oh yeah, like basic sort of soundproofing for your rooms and the like.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Even
I,
putting things like posters up on your walls can help with that.
yeah. And I can tell you, folks, that I may not have the great hearing that I used to have as a kid. I may not have anything I used to have as a kid, but I can hear when somebody's set up in a not a particularly good way because it sounds like they're in a barn.
Hmm. Hmm.
You get an echo, you get a little bit of feedback, and it's just not quite right. And that that there's not and you don't have to do a whole lot to get rid of that.
Hmm.
Um, and just setting up the right thing will make you sound a lot better and not spend a lot of money. And then you can send the money to me, and then I can use it. I'm
Don't listen to him. Send it to me instead.
Yeah, well, I'll split it with you.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good.
90-10. Sounds good. Um,
Look, I can get at least. I'll give you at least 20. Okay.
you know what?
Like you don't have to. You don't have to take the 10.
You know what?
You can go with 20.
I'm an old man. I'll take it. Um,
Yeah,
anything for a little bit of gas money. Um,
yeah.
so what are you doing now on stream? What type of games are you playing?
Okay, so like at the moment, I'm playing a game called Limbus Company.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah, so that one's sort of a like it is a gacha game,
Mm,
um, but it's made by the people who made a couple of games called Lobotomy Corporation
mm,
and Library of Ruiner,
mm-hmm.
and they're sort of like like a Lobotomy Corporation is sort of like SCP inspired. If you're familiar with that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
I've seen a couple people play that, and it
Hmm.
looks like a lot of fun. Probably
Hmm.
not something I would be good at, but that's a lot of things. But
It's not an easy game,
no,
Lobotomy Corporation. I don't
no,
blame you.
no. I was talking about Limbus Company. Um,
Oh, Limbus Company.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So are those the type of games that you would rather play, or are you doing variety different types of games?
Generally, the sort of games I like to play are ones that have like a good sort of storyline to them.
Mm.
So, Limbus Company, that's got a very solid storyline to it. I'm also playing 100 Line Last Defense Academy, which also has a pretty good story.
Well, I had no idea about that one.
And
What is that one about?
well, 100 Line, that one's about like a group of kids in sort of like a post-apocalyptic
Ooh,
Japan
uh-huh.
get taken to like get knocked unconscious and taken to a school where they're basically told, "Hey, you've got to defend this school for 100 days against these invaders who are going to destroy the world, essentially." And they're sort of like working through all their like issues with each other and also trying to work out just what the hell is going on. Like
Mm.
you're not supposed to be kidnapped and taken to like this random place in the middle of nowhere and told to defend it, and
Yeah.
it's very quite interesting. I'm still only like at the first half of the game.
Yeah.
Apparently it's supposed to get really interesting after you sort of like get past that part, and it sort of like splits up into basically 100 possible different endings
Well,
that you can get.
now that's something that I would probably enjoy watching someone play because sometimes you get games like that and they kind of funnel you toward the ending. And
Hmm.
instead of having different ways to branch out, no matter how way you go, you end up going down the same road.
Hmm.
And I don't necessarily want to be guaranteed victory.
Hmm.
No matter what I do, it comes at the same thing. Um, that game you're describing has a little bit of a Danganronpa vibe to it.
You are quite right. Actually, it is in fact it's headed up by two different people.
Mm-hmm.
One of the people is actually responsible for Danganronpa.
Mm.
The other person is responsible for AI the Somnium Files
Mm.
and the Zero Escape series.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
Hmm.
certainly a pair to put together, isn't it? you, you
Exactly.
can get,
That's sort of what brought me to that,
well, yeah, you can conjure
and
with
I'm
those
definitely
two.
not regretting it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll have to find out about that one. What else are you playing?
Mhm. Okay, so I'm also playing Super Robot Wars T, and that game is a tactics RPG,
Yeah.
which is essentially a crossover series between a whole bunch of different like mecha anime.
Mm.
So you've got characters from like Gundam, Code Geass, Evangelion, and all that sort of stuff, all together in one game, and it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it.
Wow. So they are they do they function like they do in their series, or have they had to have they had to they had to adapt them so they would work in everybody else's universes?
Yeah, so like it is a tactics RPG, so you essentially like are able to spend resources between maps to upgrade them so that
Mhm.
you can if you like the weaker characters you can upgrade them, but like there are some characters who are just in general stronger than others.
Mhm.
For example, you can get the Gurren Lagann in one of the games,
Mhm.
and that one's just like outright better than most of the other stuff that you can sort of get.
Yeah, that's the super stuff that you can get to.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's the super robots. Like it's sort of like has like an unofficial categorization between like super robots and real robots.
Mm.
The super robots being like the really big ones,
Mm.
and
Not
like
like
sort of like unique in style, whereas the real robots are the ones that are more like smaller, more nimble,
yeah,
and like might be more mass produced.
yeah,
So yeah, so sort of like the Gundam sort of stuff.
yeah. So how big do these robots get? I mean, are we talking like Big O sized or what?
They can get even bigger than that. Like
Whoa!
I mentioned Gurren Lagann earlier, and that one
Mhm.
actually becomes bigger than galaxies.
Oh, geez. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of OP, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, it is. It is. Generally, they've got sort of like story reasons in game to like help other robots out.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the game does have like size differentials, and so like the ones that are larger than others
Mm.
will do more damage to the ones that are smaller,
Oh,
but you
yeah.
might find it harder to hit them because they are that much smaller.
Well, I mean, if you're as big as galaxies, just flip the planet and send it flying.
That's true. That's true. Unless you're able to somehow avoid that.
That's kind of squish it.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, so much for them robots.
Hmm.
No, that sounds very interesting, and bringing all of them together, and
Hmm.
kind of a chance to compare and contrast from the different universes, those
Mm.
types of things.
Yeah, and
Uh,
it's really interesting getting the different characters from those series,
Yeah.
getting to talk with each other. Often the Super Robot Wars games are able to be a bit more idealistic than their base series because they might be able to talk with a character from a different series who's able to help them out with their problems that they didn't get to solve
Mm,
in their in their main series.
cool. Excellent. And have all these series um made this canon, or is it something that's going to be extra to the series?
So like it's like Super Robot Wars isn't canon to Gundam
Oh,
or anything like that,
oh,
but
it's
um,
alternate universe stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Right.
So like often like Super Robot Wars is set in its own universe where it sort of like brings them all in together and sort of like merges their universes.
Mm.
So it creates its own sort of canon.
Ah, cool. That's excellent. So, what would you say of those, or do you have a comfort game that you'll go back to?
Comfort game. All right. Hmm. Probably a comfort game I like to go back to. Uh, Possibly Majesty.
Man.
This one's an older game.
Mm-hmm.
Majesty, the Fantasy Kingdom Sim. I
Oh,
find that one quite comfortable because in that game you sort of like play as like the sovereign of like a fantasy kingdom,
yeah.
and uh, and it's not like a real time strategy game, but instead of actually controlling like the characters, what you're doing is you're building like the buildings,
Right.
and like you set like, oh, this troll over here is causing problems in the marketplace, so I'm gonna put a gold bounty on that troll,
Mm-hmm.
and then the heroes will see that and they'll be like, oh, I want to cash in on that bounty. I'm gonna deal with that troll.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I find that just really sort of relaxing, like planning out a kingdom and watching these heroes like go about their day and like fight monsters and the like.
That sounds really cool. I mean, it's kind of Sim City for fantasy folks.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good way to sort of put it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you in that game do you interact with other established kingdoms, or are you the only ones there?
Okay. So the game's sort of like set up so that you do have like individual scenarios, and some of those scenarios do have like other kingdoms
Mm-hmm.
on the map. Sometimes they're friendly, sometimes they're not.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes they're backstabbing.
Yeah, yeah. There is indeed one scenario like that. Absolutely.
Ah, yeah. So have you played it to the point now where you know how the scenarios are going to work?
Mm, I've probably played most of the scenarios for that one.
Mm.
There's a few in the expansion that I know a bit less about because they're quite tricky.
Mm.
But yeah, I recently did actually finish the base game on stream, which I hadn't actually done before.
Yeah.
Because you got to sort of like unlock all the different scenarios, and it was really satisfying,
Yeah, I
like
bet.
putting all those years of experience to finally finishing that.
Yeah. So when you finish it, when you finish a game like that, at least in my experience, you're like, yeah, I got it finished. Oh, I got it finished.
Oh, well, at least with this one, there is a random map generator, so you can sort of like tweak different scenarios, and
Oh, that's
there's
good.
some replay value there. Absolutely.
Yeah, you end up in a desert with absolutely nothing to help you, or you end up right by all of the resources.
Yeah, yeah, but you're just being constantly attacked by dragons.
You got all the resources, but dragons spawn on top of you. That doesn't help at all. So
Nope, nope.
so right now with how you're describing streaming, um, do you have any goals for yourself with this now? Have you got any goals as far as membership or subscriptions or anything like that?
Okay. I wouldn't mind getting sort of like a thousand followers, I guess, by the end of the year. I'm not sort of actively going towards that or anything. I don't try to sort of advertise
Hmm.
or anything like that. I sort of mentioned before, I mostly stream for myself.
Yeah.
And like I just really enjoy like having like a small community that I'm able to sort of like chat with
Hmm.
and like show off the games that I like, maybe take some of their suggestions as well. And yeah, it's cozy. I think
Hmm.
being a smaller streamer, not sort of chasing after like the latest hot games or anything like that.
Well, yeah, and as long as you're enjoying yourself is always the main thing,
Hmm.
and it does seem like you're enjoying yourself quite a bit with it. I mean, you wouldn't have stuck with it over this long, and
Hmm.
and going from one type of streaming to another if you didn't enjoy it,
Hmm.
that would be silly. Um, but
Yeah, yeah.
here you get a chance to kind of spread your wings a little bit with what you have. You with I think that when people get this avatar, they get a chance to um, not hide behind it, but use it as kind of a shield where they can spread their wings a little bit more and be a little more
Hmm.
themselves. Did that happen to you? You think with the avatar?
Think so, yes. Like some people do sort of like make jokes about like VTubers hiding their face or anything like that. But like this, like the VTuber avatar is sort of like a face that like people have thought about and designed for themselves,
Yeah,
or like had other people design for them based on their specifications.
yeah,
So like in a way, that's sort of like revealing something like about themselves that you wouldn't sort of like see from just like seeing someone in the street or whatever.
right,
So
right.
so yeah, I think there is that sort of freedom there.
Yeah, and that allows them to let little bit of their guard down. Hopefully not too much of
Hmm.
their guard down because we've also seen what
Hmm.
happens when that happens. Um, but the chance to not just open up a little bit and be more social, but here you've made the world a lot smaller for yourself, but also bigger at the same time. Where
Hmm.
you've got people like me on the other side of the planet from you that you can talk with, but you've also got that makes the world smaller. But your potential that you can talk to is unlimited. I mean, really, for most VTubers, their potential audience is about 90% of the planet.
Oh yeah, potentially,
Yes,
certainly.
yeah.
Um,
So when the
uh,
90% of the planet show up to your stream, what are you going to do?
oof. If 90% of the people showed up to my stream, I'd be lying if I said I wouldn't panic a little bit, think that something is desperately wrong. Like, what the hell are these numbers? Why is chat going a mile a minute?
I don't even know if that number exists. What the hell is going on here?
Yeah, I'd probably panic a little bit, check to see if everything's working properly, and then just be like, "Hi, let's all enjoy some Super Robot Wars or whatever." Clearly,
It,
you've all got very good taste.
it would be my luck at that point where I would start having all sorts of equipment issues.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I have to, the computer would start making weird sounds,
Hmm. Hmm.
even weirder than what I'm saying. It would come out. It would be just or something like that. And
Yep. So,
all of those things, all those scuff things come out when yeah, in those situations. But
oh yeah,
um,
whenever there's the slightest bit of pressure, like that's when everything goes wrong at the same time.
oh yeah, absolutely. I knew that from radio. I can tell you, I got stories. And
Any that you'd like to share?
oh my gosh, and it's just everyone's just a little scar on my brain. I mean, well, here I had a very major surgery at one point, and
Yeah.
um, I was out for a couple of months because
Hmm.
basically when they saw you in half and put you back together again, it takes a while.
Mm, yeah.
um,
Yeah.
so I first day I come back to the radio station, and luckily I worked for a station that had I never called in sick for, so I had 2 months of sick time. Believe it or not,
Okay, that's good.
it was just crazy for radio. So
Hmm.
I come back, and the first night the transmitter for our FM radio station shuts itself off, and I'm there by myself the first night back, and I'm like, what have I done? And I go back and turn it on, and it goes for about 2 seconds and shuts itself off again. I'm like, I didn't break this. Did I do something wrong? and I'm
Oh,
looking I'm looking and I see that there's a transmission line is
mhm,
it's basically is very thick, and it
mhm,
goes this one goes through a particular metal thing to go before it goes to the tower, which we were under.
mhm.
And I noticed that that thing was so hot that the paper sticker was burning off of it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I called the chief engineer and the general
Mhm,
manager.
mhm.
And when
As you do.
they come, and I'm like, I didn't do anything. I don't know what I'm doing. I just come back for 2 months and I broke the station. Well, it turns out that something on the very top of the tower broke, and
Hmm.
the 50,000 watts of power that was supposed to go out instead turned back in
Oh no.
and hit that particular piece of stuff and absolutely fried the transmitter. And when they took the lid off that little area of
Hmm.
the thing, water shot out, hot, boiling, scalding water shot out. That was supposed to be coolant.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't. Um,
No.
and we were
Well,
off
would have been
for
worse if it weren't for that.
yeah, we were off for quite a while.
Hmm.
I was apologizing. I didn't do anything. It was
It's lucky there wasn't anything more flammable around there. Otherwise,
oh
that station might have gone up.
oh man, it was thankfully in a certain area, but um the fact that it had to happen when I was on my first night back after 2 months was
Yeah.
like, by then I'd already worked there for 15 years. I'm like, come on,
Hmm.
now of all
Welcome
times?
back.
Yeah, welcome back. And then the tower starts falling on you, and then
Yeah.
well, actually, I don't know if you know about this being where you're at, but we had
Mhm.
an ice storm here,
All right.
and it shut down all power in the area for 2 weeks.
And this is
Um,
just like just now, was it?
no, it was several years ago when I was in the radio station, and
Okay, I did hear about an ice storm in America at least that was really
oh,
bad.
it was
So
this was
might be the one I'm thinking of.
this was terrible, and
Hmm.
we the radio station had a gas powered generator so it could go on. It was
Hmm.
the only one that did in the area.
Yeah.
Um, and unfortunately, it's under the tower. So
Hmm.
you would hear the radio station go on, and then you would hear boom, boom, and it's ice melting off the top of the tower and falling in 20-pound chunks onto the radio station.
Wow.
We were, we were getting bombed by our own tower.
Hmm.
We could not park in the back of the radio station. We had to go out in front and then wade through the snow to get in.
Hmm. Wow. Yeah, that's definitely not something that would happen here. It doesn't normally get cold enough for it to
Oh, it,
uh,
yeah, that was.
freeze parts of the country over like that.
Oh yeah, it's. Well, you guys got your own stuff down there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
State of Victoria is on fire at the moment.
Oh no. That's yeah.
Yeah,
You guys.
yeah.
I mean, that was terrible last year, wasn't it? It was like everything down there was on fire at one point.
Generally, every year is going to be like some sort of major fire. It's just a matter of how bad it's going to get.
Oof.
Like that's just the environment and also the vegetation.
Mm.
Turns out eucalyptus trees are full of eucalyptus oil, and that's flammable.
Who knew? Who knew that you'd find the eucalyptus? Oh, yeah, the
Yep.
koalas knew. We should have asked them in the
Mhm.
first place before they ripped your face off. Um, and I do have one thing that we had emus here.
Mhm.
We had emu farm in central Illinois in the United States,
Mhm.
and one got away
That would have been fun.
for 3 years.
Oh, that's an emu at large.
Oh yeah, living perfectly fine in the wild.
Mhm.
No, I mean, there's no predators for it.
Mhm.
Who's going to attack that thing? And
I know, right? I wouldn't.
yeah, I mean,
We lost a war over that.
we had like coyotes and bobcats, but they're not going to do anything to it. They just
Yeah. They're not too big. Like I don't think they're as big as dingoes, are they?
no. But they just, they're not going to go with that, and they can just get a chicken instead. Why don't they go after
Mm.
that thing?
I
But
don't think even a dingo would want to mess with an emu
oh,
anyway.
oh no, that thing lasted 3 years out in the wild, and finally
Mhm.
got caught when it ate too many of somebody's bushes, and they got caught up in a net or
Mhm.
something. But and one of
Mhm.
them, they actually had 12 escape, but they caught 11. One of the 11 ran into a bus,
Oh,
and it was fine. The bus was damaged,
wow.
and I had to write it up at the police station. Bus versus emu.
Yeah. Well, that's definitely a headline, right?
Well, in Illinois, it's going to be.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Well, not so much here, I guess. If it were in the city, it would be.
Yeah.
Not out in the outback though.
Nope, nope. Plenty of them out there. Plenty of them out
Hmm.
there. So with, yeah, I know that there's been occasionally, and you talked about it earlier, some internet problems out there for people who are trying to stream. Um,
Yeah.
is that is that better off now? Do you have better internet service as a whole in that area?
I do have better internet service now, and in fact, I even got an upgrade a few months ago,
Cool.
which was even better than it was before.
Mm,
Like as I said, I wasn't able to sort of like start streaming properly until 2020 because essentially my house was sort of like too far away from the road
mm,
to get a reliable internet connection.
yeah.
Um, and like yeah, like internet's definitely improved now that they've sort of started proper sort of like infrastructure reworks and the like. It's still not good for people in more rural areas, I would say.
Yeah.
Like Australia is a very big country,
It
so
is a
it's
it's a continent. Yeah,
yep, yep.
it's an island and a continent
Continent,
of country.
country, and island all at
Yeah,
once.
absolutely. And it's definitely one of a kind. Uh,
Hmm.
one of these days I would like to visit for a while, but um, I'd have to actually get on a plane, which hasn't happened in 60 years, and I don't know whether it will at this point.
I suppose
Uh,
you could take like a cruise ship instead.
yeah, that's true. That's true. But that also has money involved, and
That's true. That's
yeah,
not exactly
yeah.
like something that you can just do at the drop of a hat.
No, no, not my hat anyway. I dropped somebody else's hat, maybe, but not
Oh
mine.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, maybe some big wigs will take their wigs
Hmm.
off. Um, so what are do you have anything coming up, any type of big, different type of stream that you're going to do? Or have you any plans for that sort of thing?
All right. I don't think I've generally the times I sort of like do big streams are sort of like around my birthday and anniversary streams.
Hmm.
Birth like personal birthday and essentially VTuber debut anniversary, which is sort of like July and September.
Hmm.
Um Usually I like to do sort of like marathons around then.
Oh,
Or maybe like do like a focus on something that I've sort of like wanted to do for a while, but haven't had time to sort of like put in.
mm,
Or maybe some like sort of like interacting with Twitch sort of streams.
mm,
There's one game I like to play which is called King of the Castle,
okay,
and that's a game where like the streamer essentially takes on the role of the sovereign,
okay.
and Twitch chat's able to play as their scheming nobles, where they try to overthrow the sovereign of the nation and become king themselves.
Oh, I'm surprised that hasn't caught on with a lot more people online. That would be one really good way to get your stream involved.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy doing that one. I did that one uh, last year for my anniversary. Sort of like did that for about 10 hours or so,
Oh my gosh.
and yeah, that was a lot of fun. You do get a lot of new people so like coming in for that as well. Like there's definitely people who keep an eye out for Twitch interacts sort of streams, and
Yeah.
they will home in on that
Yeah.
and join in.
Yeah. And that's people need to realize that there is marketing involved if you want to expand your audience, and
Hmm.
sooner or later you're going to have to
Hmm.
throw the bait out there. And
Oh,
then
absolutely.
yeah.
Like if you do want to grow, like it's not just a matter of streaming, you have to do other things as well. Whether it's collaborating with others, with streaming something popular,
Yeah.
um, like being active in like Reddit or social media,
Hmm.
other sorts of things like that, like having clips get posted.
Hmm.
Like there's a lot of work involved, and it's a lot of different skills versus just streaming. So you can sort of like see why a lot of the big streamers have like a staff to sort of like help them with that, because
Oh, absolutely.
not everyone can do that
Oh
themselves.
yeah. Once it gets to a certain point, and me talking with a lot of VTubers is that they are a lot of folks would want to have a lot more people, but they're also
Hmm.
afraid of what that will bring because that kind
Hmm.
of takes the coziness out of it.
Hmm.
And you're not. It's not. a everybody around the campfire type of thing. It's everybody in a
Hmm.
stadium type of thing, and
Yeah, yeah.
that's a big difference. Yeah.
Yeah, I do know I've had some people in chat who do say that they like having a quieter chat. They like being able to like see their messages and have that direct interaction with a streamer. Whereas like streamers who might have like 1,000 viewers like all at once, or even just like 100,
Mm.
like that can be a more chaotic chat, and like as a viewer, you might not feel as noticed, and that's important to some people.
Yeah, get on one of those with like 2,000 people and just say hi and see if you even see it show up on the screen.
Hmm.
View.
Yep. See if it even gets acknowledged.
Oh no, that's not happening.
Hmm.
I actually want to see the two letters show up on the screen, but it doesn't usually happen that way either. Just immediately
Hmm.
flies straight up and off.
Hmm.
But because you're the way it sounds like you're pretty satisfied where you are right now as a streamer.
Yeah, yeah. Like would I like a few more people following and watching? Sure.
Well,
But like I'm not sort of like stressed about it.
mm-hmm,
I'm not like actively like going out of my way to sort of like market myself.
mm-hmm.
I suppose like doing an interview is one of those ways, but I sort of did that because like I thought it'd be fun. It has been fun.
Well, I
So
appreciate that. It has been fun. I
hmm,
enjoy talking with you, and you're very easy to talk to in this way.
thank you very much.
And I think that'll for folks who and we're gonna have the links to what you got going on in the description for this interview,
Mhm.
and I think folks need to check it out. I do need to ask you this,
Yeah.
and I was going to ask it earlier, but I forgot. With where you're at, does
Mhm.
having the time zone so much different than a lot of people make it tough for you to draw that audience?
It is 100% more difficult to draw in that audience.
Mm,
Like I actually did some research early on, so like just to like get an idea of like getting into streaming, you sort of like look things up, and I was like, one of the things I sort of like looked up was what are the best times to stream,
mm-hmm,
and I found out that the time that I stream at is what is considered like the dead zone.
mm-hmm,
It is the time where most English speakers are not watching.
mm-hmm.
So it is. It also makes things difficult to organize collaborations with other people.
Right.
Like I was trying to like organize one with you, and I like mentioned like my time zone and all that, and like you managed to get a good time zone,
Yeah.
a time slot like pretty quickly. But sometimes that can be really difficult with other streamers.
Yeah. Well, because
Uh,
I work nights here, so
mhm,
it does my sleep schedule has been off since I was 18. So
mhm.
I can adapt to it, but I get off work at midnight local time, so this is
Mhm,
very easy for me to do. But
mm,
for some other folks, they may have to go to work at 4 o'clock in the morning,
mhm.
and it's not
Yeah.
as easy to do.
Mm. Yeah, and it's also hard to sort of like tune into like the streams of other people as well.
Hmm.
Like obviously there's like people who do stream in my time zone,
Hmm.
but like I have made like multiple friends who might be from like Europe or America,
Hmm.
and the times that they stream at are just like it's hard for me to watch, and obviously hard for me to collaborate with them. So
Hmm.
that is absolutely a barrier, unfortunately.
Yeah, is the YouTube section important to you too?
I would like it to be more important. Like I've taken to sort of like uploading my VODs onto YouTube like more seriously these days. Like I
Mhm.
started doing that last year or the year before or something like that. I didn't sort of do it at first
Yeah,
because I thought I'd like focus on Twitch and have my VODs be available on Twitch.
yeah,
They sort of like changed the rules on that a bit, so I was like, well, let's properly sort of like upload on YouTube. Um,
and
but I think it's a good sort of like place to sort of like store things and
yeah,
like have your VODs be available. And some people don't like the Twitch VODs either. So
yeah. It's also other than the effort to put it up there, free advertising.
absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah. Like hell, a friend was looking up something related to a game that I was streaming, and he mentioned, "Oh, hey, your stream like actually popped up first." I was like, Really? Like the search engine's actually like working for me? Awesome. I guess it's working. All
It's
right, got to keep doing it.
yeah, and anytime you can get, first of all, I was in radio, so free is always good. Um,
Yes.
we mooch everything,
Hmm.
but also being able to draw people who are already online back to,
Hmm.
all they have to do basically is tap Twitch and go to and check you out when they're online. You're already
Hmm.
basically playing to the audience when you do that sort of thing. And you have to fish in the right pond in order
Yeah,
to
I have been thinking about doing some dual streaming in the future, so both Twitch and YouTube. I know that some people do it, some people don't.
yeah.
I thought that I might give it a go when I finish Super Robot Wars T. Like, I want to play Super Robot Wars Y,
Mm,
which is the most recent one in that series, and that's got like the full sort of like the vocal soundtracks,
yeah.
and I figure sort of like dual streaming will like help me sort of like avoid any sort of like copyright muting or anything like that
How does that work?
that Twitch sometimes does.
How
So
does that work? You go from T to Y. What type of alphabet are you using down there?
a funny alphabet.
I guess you can T is makes you can just kind of bend the T to make a Y. I guess it's much easier
Mm-mm.
that way. Um, it's been an absolute pleasure talking with you, and I hope we can do it again sometime. Um,
Yeah, well, yeah, feel free to message me if you feel like an interview, and
yeah,
I'll be up for it.
I do appreciate it, folks. Check out what Arraxis has going on. We're going to have the links as we mentioned in the description for the interview. Really, a fun person to talk with, and I'm looking forward to checking you out online and messing up your streams here pretty soon. Um,
No problem. Be happy to have you along.
thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and thanks for having me.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.